The international community, to use the parlance of the left, will be asked to assist, and there will be obviously a lot of countries out there who will want to reciprocate, especially after China shipped them so many medical supplies over the last couple of months. There's no denying that whether or not the quality of the medical supplies was of any use. There has been an incredible diplomatic effort from the oppressive Chinese Communist Party to launder their image on the national and the international stage. So I want to understand, Jack, why aren't we hearing from nation states and leaders around the world about this right now, especially given the global ramifications?
Well, first of all, we've seen the quisling nature of much of our media, right? With just a week or so ago, you had the New York Times eliminating from their digital catalog all of their Global Times inserts, things like that. We've seen a reluctance throughout the West to criticize China, right? It's not a good way to get ahead at the Washington Post or the New York Times. But more importantly, I think this whole flood episode, in partnership with what we saw of the coverage of COVID-19 in China, should really clarify for our listeners what we've talked about, this Chinese firewall, this Chinese ability to control information at every level. This flood of the Yangtze River should be the biggest story on planet Earth. We should have round-the-clock coverage from every single city in China that's affected. And yet we spend hours every day trying to scour the internet, trying to find footage that we can confirm, etc. And we know that it's hard to find because even the Chinese Communist Party has put out that it's illegal for Chinese citizens to take footage of the flood and share it on WeChat and whatever else. So to me, this whole spring, as we've observed China in crisis, right, their inability to deal with the COVID-19, their inability to be straightforward and honest with their own people. You have to remember, most of the peasants of China were flooded out in the middle of the night with zero warning. So, they've got to be questioning this kind of social contract that they have with the Chinese Communist Party, which really, Raheem, for the last 30 years has been based upon this idea that, hey, next year you're going to be materially better off than you were last year.
Right.
That certainly is not going to be the case for 2020 and 2021 for Communist China.